What's going on, guys? Robert here, and welcome to what is probably going to be my last Modern Warfare 3 gameplay for a while. Because, I mean, the game's kind of got a bit stale for me. I'm not having as much fun with it anymore, so I don't know, if this bothers you guys, then by all means go right ahead and comment and say, oh no, post more Modern Warfare 3 game, and ooh, I didn't notice that before in this gameplay. Seems that guy killed himself with his RPG. I was wondering why he didn't fire his second one, but there we go. Water under the bridge. But yes, if this bothers you guys, then just go ahead and leave a comment. But otherwise, I probably won't be posting any Modern Warfare 3 for a while. So yes. Anyway, the idea of this video is two things. First one is it's nice, well, send off after the live session because no Modern Warfare 3 for a while. But it's also it's sort of along the lines of a custom class idea video. I don't know if that's what you'd call it, but basically, by the way, here is exactly why you don't reload while walking around a corner, because this sort of stuff can happen. Granted, I did kill them both because they were morons. You know, I mowed them down pretty quick because the G36c is a monster of a gun. It really does work. high rate of fire, low recoil, fast reload animation even without sleight of hand. Pretty damn good. You ask me. I also like the noise it makes as well. But yes, anyway, I'd like to think that I don't know, patented this idea, because I haven't seen anything on YouTube that involves this kind of idea. I haven't seen anything in game that involves this kind of idea, and you know, this kit, I'm the only person I've seen use it. I don't know if you guys use it at all, but this is basically, it's called the Reconnaissance kit. That's what I like to call it, because the idea behind the kit is that it basically it revolves around the fact that you can paint enemies onto the minimap with the Recon perk, and this can greatly help your score because it racks up a lot of assists from teammates and kills for you. They're just so much easier to get because you can see the enemies on the minimap. And before I advance, you just gotta call out this moron sitting in a corner with blind eye assassin. Oh, Jesus, I thought I'd mowed him down, but then he just happened to have final stand, and I'm like, well, that sucks. Not to mention the fact that I'm very close to getting back to kill him off, and then this guy just happens to come around the corner and kill him off. So, that guy obviously was like a bad luck omen. But anyway, yes. Before you say hold your horses, Robert, what the hell are you talking about? Well, in case you've been living under a rock recently, or you've only just bought the game recently, what the Recon perk does, I think it's probably the least practical blue perk, simply because all the other ones are better for slaying. For example, extreme conditioning gets you around quicker, scavenger for more ammo, sleight of hand pro is just all powerful, and as you go on, blind eye keeps you hidden from air support, which, you know, I think Recon, unless you're using it correctly, is definitely not the best idea. I mean, I would much rather go with sleight of hand. But well, with this kit idea, it's basically the class is as follows. Doesn't matter what primary you use, preferably something fairly quick, so I'm using the G36. But you can go with anything. You can go with a machine gun, a sniper rifle if you dare so choose. I got a nice stick there, that was nice. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what primary, but the secondary weapon, generally I'd prefer if I had a launcher. I mean, you can use pistols or machine pistols if you really want. If you really do need those FMG9 akimbos, and use them if you want, but I prefer the launcher just because you get extra explosive rounds. I'm also rocking flashbangs and Semtex, and I'm using Blast Shield for whatever reason, I don't know why, and Steady Aim Pro as well. But yes, the idea behind the class is that Recon, you basically paint enemies onto the minimap with Recon, because Recon, it's the perk that when you hit someone with explosive damage, it paints them onto the minimap, kind of like the Recon drone, although it's not the Recon drone, because the Recon perk actually does it Blackbird style from Black Ops, and it actually paints them on permanently. Well, not permanently. It paints them on. So they look like they're arrows, but you can see their movements, the direction they're facing. It's pretty damn useful. And this is going to rack you up a lot of kills and assists, because believe me, if you know where the enemy is at all times, it is incredibly beneficial. Like, you find it hard to lose games unless your team is just horrible, or their team's all rocking dead silence, because that's by far the only counter to Recon I know of. is dead silence. It sort of reduces the timer that they're on the map for, because it's not permanent, although by the time it's wore off they're probably already dead, because it's very difficult to pass over an opportunity like a guy that you know exactly what he's doing on the minimap. It's really difficult to pass that up. So, you know, really useful perk setup and like class setup. And yes, I am rocking the XM25 because it is by far the best secondary for this setup, because it's just brilliant. Like, as a launcher, it is absolutely terrible because it just can't kill for anything. I mean, it really is bad at killing off enemies because it just doesn't have the power. I mean, it has the blast radius and all, but it just doesn't have the power, and I completely understand that. I mean, a semi-automatic grenade launcher really can't be very good at one-shot killing, because that would just be overpowered. I mean, let's face it, 4 rounds in a clip. All of them have, if all of them had pretty good potential to one-shot, then it would be very easy to use. But it's quite low power, as you can see there. I shoot at an already injured guy's feet, and it doesn't kill him. So there we go. Lesson learned. Don't use this thing to kill people. More use it as your reconnaissance weapon, because I don't know, if you're overlooking a good choke point, for example, that little area with the Jeep. I don't know what kind of car it was. It was a car in Village where you're overlooking using the cliff. That's a good choke point for the XM25, because you can use the explosive damage to paint enemies onto the minimap with Recon. And Recon Pro is even better, is because you can paint them on the minimap using bullets, which is even better. You have to hit them once, and it's just brilliant. And Recon is much better, in my opinion, than, for example, Advanced UAV or a Recon drone, simply because it bypasses Blind Eye and Assassin. Like, dead silence is the only counter, and very few people are rocking that, just because Marksman and Stalker, Steady Aim, they're all in reality much better choices, because you don't run into too many sound horrors. But yes, this kit is pretty damn good. Give it a go. It doesn't matter what primary, just make sure that you can hit people with it, and you'll be racking up loads of assists and loads of kills. I think you'll see the final score. Unrecon drone assisted, I got 13 assists, which is crazy. So yeah, also keep in mind flashbangs do paint them onto the minimap as well. I think I failed to mention that. But yeah, anyway, final scores 25, 13, and 8. Will did outscore me. That's because I wasn't trying to get kills. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, see you guys some other time. Take care.